Hello, all you beautiful people. This is Intentional Healing, and I am Nicole Bridger. Today, our topic is when feeling superior is actually keeping you small. It's something that we all do, whether we like to admit it or not, is keep ourselves feeling a little bit superior to others, to feel a little bit falsely inflated. We may not always admit it or say it out loud, but this is a safe place for you to be honest with yourself and just notice without judging yourself when you get that little hit, when you perceive to be doing better than others. So before we start, let's just take a moment to take a deep breath. And as you exhale, allow yourself to sink into your chair. There's nowhere else you need to be but right here for these few moments together. So feeling superior, take a moment to think about some of the places that you like to feel superior. Is it in how you parent? Is it for your body, physical attributes, sport, strength, looks? Do you like to feel better than others for money, being able to buy certain things, having a certain car or home, or eating at certain restaurants, or going on certain vacations, or affording prestigious schools? Do you like to feel superior for intelligence, your smarts, language, sophisticated language? Or do you feel superior for your sense of style or aesthetics? Or do you feel superior for your political views? Like you're better than others for your religious or spiritual perspectives? Just take a moment, and it's okay to be super honest with yourself. Places where you like to feel like you are doing it better than others. And that essentially is us comparing. It's comparing ourselves to others. So why do we compare? Well, to be honest, it's from fear. So if you actually take a moment and ask yourself, why do I like to feel a little bit better than others for the way they parent, for example? And you'll notice, because you like to judge others, you find yourself often judging for their way of parenting and then deeming your way better. Or if at least they can be a little bit worse than you, then it somehow means that you are better. And where this comes from is really our need to survive. Somewhere in your life you have decided that parenting this way, let's say for example, is the way to exist. This is what's important in life. This is how you get ahead and get to perceived desired happiness and fulfillment. And of course, there's many of them, like all the ones that I mentioned already. And you can play, as I'm talking, with any of the ones that really kind of hit home for you. If it's not parenting, then maybe choose monetary things, or intelligence, or aesthetics, or body. So something inside of us has attached our worth to having this thing. That our sense of worth is identified with whether we are doing it better or not. So we begin to search for validation of whether we are doing it better. And if we are, it falsely inflates us to think that we are surviving better, that we are more worthy. But all of this comes from a place of fear, and actually a place believing that you are not worthy just as you are. So then it keeps you from actually being able to feel fulfilled or actually enjoy those things. Because there's nothing wrong with having a nice car or a beautiful home or wanting to look good in your new outfit and take good care of your body. None of those things. There's nothing wrong with any of those things. But when we have decided that our worth is measured by these external factors, then we are actually keeping ourselves smaller than we really are. And we don't allow ourselves to truly be or truly enjoy these things that we have in our life experience. Because they are falsely filling our sense of worth and identity. And how you know, let's say you have a nice car, how you know that it is giving you a false sense of identity or worth is that you feel a little bit smug. Or maybe it's with your intelligence. That you feel a little bit smug when others are what you perceive as less intelligent. And you actually feel nervous or threatened or defensive when somebody else you perceive to be more intelligent. And you may even find reasons to dislike them, to drop them down from that status so that you can keep your feeling of superiority. So how do we move beyond this? By simply forgiving yourself for having this innate need to feel superior. It is a very normal human need to have a survival of the fittest. We've just moved past strength and food and genetics to now other things that we've created meaning around for survival of the fittest. So you forgive yourself for having this innate competitive nature, thinking that we're sort of one against each other, rather than the truth is that we are all actually one. As far out into this conversation you'd like to go, everything is energy. And we are individuals, and yet we are part of a collective. And each one of us is part of this larger thing that connects us all together. So we are not separate. And we are as much an individual as we are a collective. And once you really understand that in a feeling place, not just conceptually, but you can feel how connected we all are, then you really begin to see that your own bad thoughts are are shared with everyone. We think that if we keep our thoughts to ourselves that we don't affect others, but actually thoughts are energy and they are affecting others all the time. You can experiment with this if you like. You can have a couple plants. One you can give loving thoughts to, and one you can give really negative thoughts to. And you will see over a period of a few months how that affects them. And not necessarily even verbally, just with thought energy. So if we are measuring our worth through external factors that are not actually who we are, and I'm talking about our true divine self, then we are limiting ourselves and we are not actually playing as big as we are. When you forgive yourself for having this survival mechanism, let's call it, of needing to feel superior, then you can begin to allow yourself to listen to your divine self, your true self, that says you are worthy beyond measure and you are worthy just as you are. If you had that feeling and you were tethered to that feeling, nothing to prove, nothing to do, nothing to obtain, no superiority to perceive or need to feel like you're doing it better, and you allowed yourself to just be, then you would be able to actually enjoy those things without such serious attachment. Enjoy having a beautiful car, enjoy taking care of your body, enjoy nourishing your mind and filling it with all kinds of wisdom, not to compete, but because you enjoy it, because it's who you are. And the way that you get there is not by thinking this. You can argue yourself with yourself on either side of the coin, but you feel in your body, you feel the fear that is behind the need to feel superior. You forgive that fear. It's just scared that you might not be superior, you might not be the fittest. And then you allow yourself to just be, to live from your divine place. And let that pure love emanate from your heart, knowing that you are worthy just as you are. I hope that that's helpful for you guys. It's a very normal thing. We all do it, so don't be ashamed. Don't hold any shame or judgment to yourself for having these things as you unpack them and be honest with yourself. That will only keep them holding stronger. So the more you're able to be a little bit playful about it and say, okay, no big deal, then the easier you will be able to heal them. I wish you a blessed day. Be well.